Hi, I'm Tony Crimlisk. This is Auntie Maggie's Remedy, homemade remedy. One of George Formby's most popular songs. I'll sing it, then I'll tell you some more about it, go through all the chords and the strumming patterns as well. Now there's all sorts of medicines that you can buy, no matter what ailments you've got. But I know a special one you want to try. You'll find it's the best of the lot. It's me, Auntie Maggie's homemade remedy, guaranteed never to fail. That's the stuff that will do the trick. Sold at every chemist for one and a keg. Now if you've got lumbago, rheumatics or gout, or a pain in your Robert Ely, don't kick up a shindy, you'll never get windy with Auntie Maggie's remedy. Now if you set your alarm clock for 8 in the morning, you're bound to wake up, I'll agree. But I'll bet you by heaven you'll wake up at 7 with Auntie Maggie's remedy. In a young lady's bedroom, I went by mistake. My intentions were honest, you see. She shouted with laughter, I know what you're after, it's me Auntie Maggie's remedy. Now I went to the doctor, I wasn't too well, and he made me lie on a settee. He said trouble's brewing, you've been overdoing your Auntie Maggie's remedy. Me Auntie Maggie's remedy. As I say, this is one of George's most popular songs, and I based this version on the 1941 film Turned Out Nice Again, adapted a bit, missed out some verses, and put the solo in the middle rather than at the end. George was the eldest of 7 children, and he loved horses. By the age of 6, he was already riding show ponies. He began his working life as a jockey, aged 9. His father engaged a private tutor, but it seems he was more interested in getting tips from the stables than he was in teaching George, and he missed out a lot of his education, never really learnt to read or write properly. His father was a successful comic on stage, but didn't want any of his children to follow him, although in fact all but one did. On his father's death, aged just 45, however, and encouraged by his mother, George opted to take over his father's act. Not very successfully at first, but learning to play the ukulele made all the difference, and he made his screen debut in the film By the Shortest of Heads, about a race, playing a shy, innocent, gauche, accident-prone Lancashire lad, and eventually he became the UK's highest paid entertainer. During the Second World War, he entertained over 3 million civilians and troops, earning him the Order of the British Empire Award. That song has just 2 patterns. One pattern, which is for the introduction and all of the verses, and then a chorus pattern for It's Me Auntie Maggie's Homemade Remedy. So first of all, the intro, and I use as an intro to the intro just the last 6 chords. Which is an F, D7, G7, C, C7, and then we get into the main pattern, which is there's all sorts of C7, F, C7. But now an F7, which is just put your 3rd finger down on the 3rd fret of string 3. Now you need a barre for this one, barre at the 1st fret, and an A shape. There's the A shape, just everything moved up 1 fret. If you don't understand that, have a look at my video on movable chord shapes. It's probably the best thing I've ever learned to do. Now a B minor 6 chord is that, just only barring the first 3 strings. nice chord. Then F, D7, G7, C, C7, as before. The chorus, It's My Auntie Maggie's Melody, calls for another 7th chord, and here we've got an F, Maggie's Homemade. Now we've got another 7th chord here, C sharp 7, going down to a C7. As you can see, the C sharp 7 is the same as the C7, but again, that barre at the 1st fret. It's worth noticing that these are all the 7th chords going up there like this, and here going up like this. They're all movable 7th chords. So let's do it again. It's my Auntie Maggie's homemade remedy, guaranteed never to F. Then A7, it's the stuff that will, A D minor, do the trick. G7, sold at every chemist for 1 and a kick. And that's it. If you don't like doing the C sharp 7 there, you can do it with the bar at the 4th fret. That is a C7 as well, but I don't think it's any easier because you've still got to do a bar chord. Drop down to a C. But I don't think it's really any easier. Much better to do this. Practice doing that. Well, George Formby was, of course, the master of the strumming pattern. I've got to attempt his style. But you might like to think of some of the patterns you could use. In the singing, for example, you can get away quite often with just 4 beats in a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. The ball of the thumb across all 4 strings, nice and relaxed. But in the solo particularly, you can get syncopated rhythms where you miss out the strong accent. Miss out, for example, the 2nd beat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and so on like that. And also you could miss out the 3rd beat, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and then these courses is George Formby's split stroke, which is where you take the 8 half beats in 4 beats in a bar, 8 half beats, and divide them into a group of 3, 3 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And there are variations of that, and lots of others like that. Anyway, those are some suggestions. If you want more, have a look at my 2 videos, one on strumming patterns on the ukulele, which is a long one with ideas of how you can develop your strumming patterns, and a shorter one, what are the most usual, most common strumming patterns on the ukulele. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed that. It's a fun song. I know it's a bit tricky with the bar chords, but well worth learning. Anyway, whatever you do, however you do it, have fun.